my friend and co-salutatorian, Burke Evans, to the podium.
Mr. Kramer, members of the Board of Education, Mr. Olson, faculty, friends, family, and members of the class of 2013. I have a story to tell. I apologize in advance to anyone who's heard this one. Please humor me. My dad travels frequently for his job. A few summers ago, he went to Geneva, taking my sister and me with him. We got to wander around the medieval portion of the city for a few days, unsupervised, which was enormously exciting for 14-year-old Burke. One of those days, Gwen and I decided that we wanted to visit the City Art Museum. Instead of using a map, we wandered in the general direction we thought it was. When we couldn't locate the art museum, we started walking into random buildings, hoping to find it. Out of one of those buildings, following us, was a 90-year-old man, all white-haired and wrinkly and hobbling along. He approached us and asked us, in broken English, if there was something we were looking for. Gwen and I suppressed our stranger danger impulse and told him that we were looking for the art museum. He led us for a good half hour around the city, pointing out historical buildings as he went, from a wall built by the Romans to an Orthodox church built by Russian immigrants. Each of these locations had their own story, which he was more than willing to share with us. Eventually, he dropped us off at the art museum, but not before recommending a few pieces to see. Besides respecting your elders, which is extremely important, if you can't tell, my grandparents are in the audience, I learned something else from this experience. Maps aren't always necessary. Oftentimes, you just have to wander around. Entering random buildings will cause you to meet interesting people. Following old men on the street is a worthwhile use of time. There's this myth of success that seems very popular nowadays, which is based on organization, following your dreams, and highly structured goal setting. But, as Stephen Colbert said, if we'd all stuck with our first dream, the world would be overrun with cowboys and princesses. Life is an improvisation. You have no idea what's going to happen next, and you're mostly just making things up as you go along. Graduates of Madeira High School, there are no grades in life. There are no bells telling you to switch classes. There are no homework assignments. Life is an unstructured mess. And as horribly cliche as it is, life is a journey, not a destination. But friends, this shouldn't be a reason for fear. Randall Munroe, creator of XKCD, is likely the most poignant physicist/web cartoonist of our generation. As he puts it, the only things you have to know are how to make enough of a living to stay alive and how to get your taxes done. All the fun parts of life are optional. One of the best qualities of Madeira High School is that, due to its small size, students can participate in virtually anything they want. I hope that you've started to discover activities that you love through sports or clubs or wherever you've chosen to invest your time. I know my 4 years in high school have introduced me to some wonderful things, like running long distances and drinking coffee and chopping down trees. And the teachers of Madeira High School have introduced us to some even more wonderful things, like American literature and integrals and acid-base equilibria. Teachers like Miss Beach, who loves to make her students feel unbearably awkward to explain Freudian psychology. Or Magistra, who can get more excited about poetry in a dead language than I thought was possible. And they aren't alone. The faculty of this school is passionate about teaching. Students, the next years of your lives will offer the best chances to continue to explore. Whether you're going on to more school, the workforce, or the military, you're going to find new places to discover and new people who are excited about what they do. So I urge you all, graduates of the class of 2013, to search for what you love. Go out, explore, find what you truly enjoy, and then do it. Ultimately, it doesn't matter where you go to college, or what job you have, or what car you drive. It matters that you're passionate about your life. I think it's necessary here to throw in a disclaimer. Your passions don't necessarily guarantee you a certain lifestyle. If you love literature, please study it in college. Are you going to have as nice of a house as your engineering friends? Probably not. But that's okay. As Randall Monroe writes, I never trust anyone who's more excited about success than about doing what they want to be successful at. Madeira High School class of 2013, most of us probably won't do incredible things. Most of us are not going to be hugely successful. But you know what? That doesn't matter. What matters is exploration. What matters are interesting experiences, newfound activities, and passionate people. It's not about the money. It's not about the status. It's about doing what you love. It's now my pleasure to introduce a good friend of mine. He's one of the nicest guys I know, certainly one of the most intelligent, and I'm sure he's unhappy that he's been sitting in his assigned seat all this time. Co-salutatorian James O'Connor, the podium is all yours.